Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the Reality Guys. Brett and Kevin here to talk about the Challenge World Championship on Paramount Plus. We're on episode 6. Don't know if we've dropped any episodes prior, but we're here to talk about it this episode now and anything prior. So let's start first. I guess the beginning of this episode, we were left on a cliffhanger from last week with the elimination, and we got Wes and Zara, the losers of the week, going in against Darrell and Kiki. They make the pick. And what do you think, Kevin, about the pick for Ben and Casey? That kind of came out of left field. Do you agree or disagree on that?
It definitely did. I guess I'm just overall confused. There's a lot going on when it comes to like the teams and previous friendships and things like that. So I think I think Daryl like knew what he was doing. He did it on purpose, and it probably was the best move for his game. However, I don't think it worked out for him, and I don't think he thought about the repercussions of that. But
You don't think it worked out because they won?
I well, no, throwing in Ben and Casey, it was not the best. Like throwing in those two and they won.
Well, I mean, you never want to throw in somebody that wins. That's not good. But who did you
Right.
think they should have thrown in? Because it sort of to me seemed like they might be leaning towards throwing in an Aussie team, even though they are an Aussie team. But then Darrell, he basically his standpoint on this was Ben is trying to tear apart my Aussie alliance, so I have to throw him in because he's trying to like mess stuff up and shake the boat.
Right. So it was either throwing Ben or throwing somebody on his alliance. So
No, he could have thrown in anybody. Like let's keep that clear. There was a stalemate last episode. He could have thrown in anybody he wanted. He should have just thrown in Jordan like they all wanted originally. Put
yeah.
put
I
you
mean, I honestly didn't like think about it.
UK.
I just again, there's so much going on. I've like stepped away from the strategic part when it comes to like teammates or like teams versus teams and stuff like that. It could just because they say it's like Team UK. They say it's like Team Aussie. They say it's Team Argentina, but then you have like Wes on that, and in my head, I always just see him as an American dude. So like, I get confused, and I go back to just like personal things. So in this situation, I wanted Wes to win because I've liked Wes for 20 years. You know what I mean? Danny, I think, is acting a little out of pocket with a lot of his stuff, so it makes sense why he got thrown in. Casey, I can take her or leave her. I actually like for the most part necessary. I like for the most part necessarily like her. Um, but I also don't think that she would be as big of a like a challenge competitor if it wasn't for Nani. Um,
Casey?
yeah,
About the same person. Casey's like the most masculine woman on the show.
yeah. Oh, I know,
She's
I
gonna
know. No, I
dominate
know what
all
you
the women.
mean. But she also fell into a path of. I mean, dude, let's be real. This show is the same 15 fucking people over and over again, and they rotate in 5 people that come and go every couple years. And Casey has become prominent because she fell in love with fucking Nani, who was a major 15. So like,
I mean, she's
sorry to break it to you guys and hurt all you guys fucking feelings about no, they really loved each other. Yeah, they definitely do. But she wouldn't be here if they didn't date. I
so
mean, I actually I take that back. It's not that she wouldn't be there. I think she would be in the rotation.
I'm gonna put
The
some
same reason why Devin isn't here. How
okay.
is Devin not here?
Good question. I don't know. I actually heard a podcast of why Devin wasn't there. He didn't know why he wasn't there, but yeah, it was the disappointment. But I mean, Casey is like one of the best females on the show. Her confessionals aren't the best, but that's fine. It's whatever. The show's about the challenge. It's not about the confessional drama queen. You know, you get some of that here and there, but I
What are
I
you basing that on?
I'm basing what liking Casey.
No, no. Why she's the one of the best females there?
I mean, I'm basing that off of like everything she gives off, her entire vibe and her entire performance. She's, you know, I mean, she's a
Yeah,
lesbian female and she's leaning more towards the masculine side. So don't cancel me, please. But when you look at UFC fighters like Amanda Nunes and Jessica Andrade, like they have a more physical presence like a man would have. And so Casey gives me off that vibe. Plus, she's just done well in the final. She does well in all her stuff she does. Like if she were to do a hall brawl with any chick in that house, I think she'd probably more than likely smash them. She physically is a decent size. I don't think she's the biggest woman, but she's a good size. And I mean, she beat Zara tonight. So so Zara and
gotcha. So she's good at the aspects of this game that you like, but you're completely negating everything else. Yeah, she would be a goat if
she won Big
every
Brother. She won Big Brother.
again.
Bessie and Big Brother. Suck it,
uh,
Bessie.
I mean, she hasn't won anything. She hasn't. Yeah, you're basing it off
She's a
of
champion.
who? When?
Casey's a challenge champion, isn't she? She won the one season I forgot. But I'm pretty
She
sure
won the one where she convinced Nani to fall in love with her and fucking die on the cross for her.
something like that.
And then I'm almost positive she didn't. Isn't that the one where Fessy puked and wouldn't eat anything because Casey broke her leg?
That was a different one.
Okay. All right, then maybe I'm wrong.
All these seasons
But I mean, you're still
blend
basing
together.
you're basing how good she is based on only the competitions that you like and not what the actual game is. Like, yeah, of course she's more physical. Can she solve a puzzle?
She's good socially too. She is a very
Dude,
good
we
social.
haven't heard anything from her.
That's because it's
That
not like an in-your-face flamboyant social game. It's just like a very low-key under the radar. Like, hey,
Then why are we hearing shit from like
bro,
Sarah? Why are we hearing shit from like
Casey,
Sarah, who
Casey,
hasn't even been involved in any of these physical situations?
aren't we hearing more for her from her?
We hear more from her.
That's
So
because
if it's
Sarah's like,
if
I'm gonna eat your brains. This woman's here to mess shit up. Screw you guys. Well, I probably have a Sarah quote written down in my notes somewhere, but I have you want to talk about Sarah, and we're gonna jump forward. So and now we're all over the place. Sarah's talking about bananas. Sarah confronted bananas, dude, in the
actually, I was confused
in
about
the
this.
deliberation.
Yeah.
Like, who the
What
hell
happened
is
here?
this guy? I don't give a crap. You treat me like I'm a nobody, like I'm a loser freshman to this game. Bro, I won Survivor. I'm a police officer. Like, I don't give a crap who you are, Mr. Johnny Bananas. Like, screw off. Like, I love Sarah and Danny are both bringing the energy. They're just Danny's like fighting his own partner Tori. They're literally partners and they're fighting all the time. And then Sarah, she's like, I don't give a crap. I'm Sarah Lucina, Survivor winner. The challenge, and then Johnny's like, "Oh, you've never been on the challenge. You don't know how this game works, bro." Johnny, have you ever seen Survivor? Survivor's a way harder game to play than the challenge. Just chill, dude. Chill. Like Sarah's bringing good points, and I love it.
I mean, I always like Sarah through like both of her survivors. Um, but I think Johnny kind of had a little like right to get pissed. It's like if I went on to Survivor, I'd probably ask the vets how to fucking do well. And if that's what he was trying to do was to help her out, she shouldn't get pissed off at him. But again, I missed the beginning of that like whole interaction between them. So I don't know who was in the wrong or right. I would go, I think Sarah was probably in the right just because Johnny is a fucking hothead, but I don't know. I don't know.
So I wouldn't say either one of them was in the wrong, but Johnny plays the game from a perspective where you can win a George game, where you can just dominate socially, get to the end, and you're racing against four people and you just win.
Right, that makes
That's not
sense.
how
Yeah.
Survivor works. Johnny's playing
Well,
a
not
George
playing
and
Survivor, dude. They're not playing
right,
Survivor. I don't. Why you keep holding that as
because Survivor, okay,
like
so
an end all be all?
Survivor and the Challenge are my two favorite shows, and Survivor when I as a contestant or a potential contestant that I wanted to be, I look at Survivor as like the hardest game to play ever. Like from just a gameplay, social aspect, the survival aspect's a whole nother thing. The challenge is easy. It is a game where you have to be eliminated in a competition. Like so in
Right,
Survivor,
Brett. This is like, dude, somebody who's really good at Monopoly, wondering why they're losing in Go Fish to a 3-year-old. There's a major fucking difference. You can't be like, well, dude, listen to Sarah because she won this game 3 years ago, and she is an actual competitor. No, dude, they're two different games. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Who wins the challenge? The
Of this year,
the vets. No, like every year. The vets win because they
right?
manipulate the game. So why would
Right.
you listen to them? They manipulate it. So
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. 100%.
if a dude that wins 7 times in a row tells me like, "Hey, just listen to what I say and you'll do fine," like, no, dude, no, you win, you win
But
every time.
there's also no
Find
way
people to listen to
I
you.
would follow Danny because what the hell does he know?
Danny and Sarah. Wait, you wouldn't follow Danny?
Why with your logic? Why would you? What the hell does he know?
I mean, I don't think Danny's coming at it from the best space because he's kind of like he's almost being too over aggressive in his opinions. But I do like where his head's at.
So
So
do I. But
yeah,
that's been like that. It's almost like this is why I think I like Devin because it was like I don't need to go with these vets this entire way. I'm gonna fight my way through. Blah 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 blah. But as far as like Sarah and Dan, they don't know more about this show than or this challenge than Bananas. Absolutely no way. They don't. They don't.
they are 1 for 1. They're 1 for 1 on the show.
Oh, dude,
And they've won
undefeated.
Survivor, or our Danny has won.
Again, Survivor, dude. I beat you in fucking Uno. You beat me in Goldfish. It doesn't fucking matter. Like they're different games.
I mean, they are different games, but in the social politicking aspect of it, Johnny looks at it from a standpoint of I need relationships for future seasons, and I need just like safety to get to the final. So it's different than Survivor, but like his strategy is, I mean, it's very much like Johnny is the George, and he's like, "Hey Matt, hey Jerry, come follow me. Like just follow
Yeah,
me,
you're not wrong. You're
and
not
I'll whip
wrong.
your ass." Like that's his strategy, which I like when people like try to go against it, I guess. But I mean, they could still be aligned, but I like where like the whole country strong thing. That's a good idea, you know. I wouldn't want to be the first to backstab my country because it's like a built-in alliance. So I don't have to hold that alliance true to the end, but it's built in, so I don't want to screw it up. So if I'm in power, we got way off on tangent on here, but like I don't even know where
That's
we're
all
at.
right.
But damn. Okay, so we're back at the elimination, I guess. What did you think of the elimination itself, the Herculean strength thing?
I was disappointed.
Yeah, that was
Just overall, just disappointed. I didn't think a challenge like the concept of it was bad. Like what's her name Zaza. I was I don't know.
she had
I
skinny arms.
what?
She had skinny arms.
Yeah, it just kind of. I don't know. I get why they did what they did, but I thought she would have lasted longer. It's okay that she didn't, I guess, but
So
that's why they're going home.
so I'm
I
also
mean,
thinking, yeah.
they didn't drink the stupid shake because she followed West, but
I love. I mean, Wes is always fun when he's on screen. I love Zaza too. She's great. She came in second place on the Challenge UK, so I watched the final for that. The other girl that's on the show beat Zaza by like 1 minute, so they were very close, very competitive, and I enjoyed her confessionals when she was with Wes and like just him taking her under his wing and them doing whatever. So I'm sad to see them go and yeah, man. I mean, drinking the shake, that sucks. They would not have been dead last if they just drank the shake and didn't puke because there was one other team that was behind them.
and the confidence that West had going into that was like, oh, dude, we'll just make it up on this, and just they just sucked at throwing those rings in.
Throwing the rings.
Yeah,
Looks fun as hell.
that was a cool challenge. Yeah, that was a
If
sick
our other
challenge.
video drops of this, like that was a fun challenge. I would love to do that.
Yeah,
But so the strategy here too, though, with the elimination, they both put their girls on the thing to hold the weights up. Is that a good plan? Because I mean, Ben had a shoulder issue, so he couldn't hold it, and then Wes, I guess Zara was dyslexic, so she couldn't read math. If I was Wes, I would almost be like, let me go against Casey or
I
vice
don't
versa.
know if they could do that,
Yeah.
but it did come down to a point where it was like it seemed like Wes was banking on Ben sucking at puzzles
All right, math.
because obviously like or at math obviously.
Casey's stronger than Zaza, at
Well,
least.
yeah, I mean, like according to you,
Oh,
Casey's like the best to ever do it. So of course she's gonna win just strength wise because she's the best to ever do anything. Um, so why would they put that or put her up against him? But also being said, Wes is typically good at math, and I think they just underminded the Zaza or like over minded, I guess would be the right word. Um, they thought she. I mean that was a poor performance.
you either have to know that your math person is so good that they will lap the other person and put that weight on, or you just got to put your stronger person on the holding job.
Well, and then when it comes to Casey versus Zaza, um, Casey had the just upper like Casey could have gone for another like three more plates,
Right.
like rounds of plates. You know what I mean?
Which is why, like, it can if you can do guy versus girl on that aspect, like, have if Wes could have held the plates and just outlasted Casey, because that's the only thing that mattered. Like, you can stack up all your math problems on the bar. You just have to outlast the other person. So it's like, hey, Zaza, I know you're dyslexic. Give me the numbers or whatever you have to do. I'll help you solve the equation. And I'm just going to sit here and hold the weight because I'm against a girl and I'm going to outmuscle her. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
bro. Why don't they ever post a challenge?
So, anyways, all right. Wes and Zara, they lose. That sucks. All right. On to the next thing. So we're going into elimination. Or not elimination, sorry. God dang it. We're going into the daily challenge. So Rocket Man, the swimming challenge. What do you think about that?
That was sick. That was really sick.
Looked like fun.
Um, it looked awesome, but that dude, how do you miss the blob?
That's a good question. I need that camera.
Like how
This
is
man
that?
miss, this man misses the blob and breaks his knee and gets medically DQ'd from the game. Like
Like, are
what?
you kidding me?
They
Um,
were like one of the best teams. At least they had won like the first few things.
and I get the whole yes and the Olympic swimmer going their technique of her jumping off because
Swim further.
uh yeah, just like to have that she'll make it up. But that I think that screwed them big time. They lost 30 seconds. I dude, did you see that video of her like
Swim.
there was one point of her swimming towards going back to yes, and it was just like she was butter on a pan.
Looked
It
like it
was
was set up.
insane. It was insane.
I didn't know they
Like
had to swim that.
mad respect to her. Um,
I think Jess just swam super slow because he had to swim less
well,
than the
well,
guy on the show.
it made me think that it made me think that
He
like
literally
does he just suck or is she that good? But like her technique,
sucks.
like she looked like she was amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yes.
mean, she's an Olympic gold medalist.
Of course she's good. She looked great. She went back and helped and she swam further and all that. Like, yeah, she was further back than him. She lapped him basically. But yes, had a less distance than every other man on this challenge, except for maybe one, because all the men were the ones jumping. So they had a little bit further to go. And
Yeah, but that makes no sense because, like, according to you guys are just like so much better at all these things. That why would he be so far behind her?
Yes, he
I'm completely kidding. I'm completely kidding.
does not care. But yeah, I mean, yes, and Emily are probably in like third place or something. Like
I
he
would think if they didn't get that 30-second penalty, they
who
would have
won?
been
Oh yeah, Kellyanne won. So
Kellyanne.
yeah, so yes, probably was just a slower swimmer than Kellyanne, give or take 30 seconds, because they got the penalty for not clearing the third bar or whatever it was. So Kellyanne's a good swim. Kellyanne's a good swimmer, and she beat
So
Yes.
do you, in your opinion, think that it would have been a better move if Yes jumped onto the blob and shot her out?
No,
All right.
Yes isn't heavy, so no.
Well, I was like, they're very comparable in size,
Yeah,
so I think it probably would have went the same way. That was going to be my
that was the
argument.
best choice. They probably weigh very similar. So
Yeah.
I mean, if Yes was a CT, then maybe I would have done that because I would have launched you further. But
Right. Yeah.
they were probably like 20, 30 pounds apart. So it didn't really matter. But yeah. Anyway, I'm glad Kellyanne and Tristan got a damn win because they were getting crapped on.
I
So
know. I know. And I think she
and
kind of
by the
blew it.
friends. Do what?
I think she kind of blew it. She had like some opportunity to like. Well, no, I take it back. They got out some big people this weekend, so or this episode. So you know that she's going to be riding high on just. Well, I won last week, and I am now a competitor. I am a kind of a big deal. Don't mess with me. But she's going to be back on the trading block real quick.
Well, now public enemy number one is gone, John A. The best friend
Oh yeah,
put her up on the block,
yeah, yeah.
episode one.
I was surprised on how well John A handled it. There's no way I'd be as content with her or with him. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, "Ah, dude, I get it. Don't worry about it."
So here's a situation that might come back is that Amber is apparently pregnant on this season. So I'm like, I feel like her and Troy are going to get eliminated because Amber's pregnant. And I'm wondering if in that
Dude, if they do this shit again, oh my
this matchup, like I don't know what time span this happens, but I've heard that she's pregnant on this episode, or not this episode, but this season. And so match up Troy with John A, because both of them are basically getting screwed out of partnerships and getting kicked
right.
off the show. So and it's
Which
still
one? Wait, which one's Troy? Oh, Troy, the Aussie, or
yeah, Troy's the Australian guy. He's like
yeah, okay,
the
yeah,
guy
like
from
the.
here.
He reminds me of Dunbar in a way.
Okay. Dunbar, man. That's a
You
big
know
one.
what I mean, with like that shaggy hair
Yeah.
and just yeah.
Yeah, so Troy, he actually won it. He won Australia's Survivor with Kiki. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I mean
Survivor or challenge?
the challenge. Sorry, Survivor.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he won the challenge. He won 4 dailies with different partners, and then he won the final. So Troy, and he's from an Australian Ninja Warrior, so he's
Oh,
no
so
mess with. But I feel like him and Amber are going to get DQ'd because the pregnancy thing, and
damn,
so
dude. There's nothing that pisses me off more in any of these shows than like when they hold off on, oh, this guy broke his leg. Just make it a standard. Like if somebody's hurt, guys don't worry about it. Like or at least guys versus like gender wise. If a girl breaks her fucking arm, all right, girls, sorry, like don't worry about it. Like you're not going in.
like bring them a new partner.
Or well, yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like I think that's the most fair way, especially when they're partnered off like this. Like it's not fair. The fact that John A has to go home, or the fact that anybody really has to go home due to injury, not to their own body.
What's with their partner? Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
Make this crap free agents, or like just like have alternates on backup. Hey guys, you want to put me on backup as an alternate?
Mhm.
Let's go. If somebody if a dude breaks his arm, put me in. I'll be Johnny's partner. So there you go.
I'm saying
What's the pitch?
I'm sure there's people lining up to go. Um, and actually, if it was just like random civilians, that'd be kind of tight.
Well, I know they
If
have
it,
alternates going into the premieres and things like that. So Horacio and Olivia were both alternates on their season, apparently. And Anissa ended up with Jordan because her partner got DQ'd for some reason. So they put Jordan in there as an alternate. I don't know how long they keep alternates on hand, but it's definitely a thing.
Dude, could you imagine if you lost your partner and they're like, you can stay longer? We brought in this legend, Anissa. I'd quit. I'd go. You know what? Good. So we're good. We're good. I'm calling it now.
I wouldn't quit. Nah. If I was partnered with Anissa, I would tell her, work your social game magic, get us to the finale,
And then roll your ankle in
and then
15
roll
feet.
your ankle. We'll lose.
Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
least I'll get a presence. I'm like, hey, I'm a finalist. Get me on
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
get me on the next season. I was a finalist. Or with Anissa, be like, hey, Anissa, we should probably start taking out people that are threats, like Jordan and Bananas. Let's go to the finale with some losers so we can actually beat them. Please.
Anissa's too loyal. She's anyway, that's so off topic, but
I would like to say I'd put Anissa on my shoulders and carry her, but like, no, I don't think that would happen. I'm
it's a
not that
long,
good. I'm not
it's a
that
long final, bro.
good. I'm not that good. But yeah, anything else before we wrap this 40-minute recording up?
I'm good. I'm good on my end.
All right, sweet. All right, like, comment, subscribe, get the challenge. Give us all the love we need because we need more challenge content pumped out there. So give us the love, please, in the comments and the likes below. And we'll probably at this point we'll probably catch you next time. We're gonna do this again weekly starting now. So all right, for me and Kevin, deuces.
See you.
I don't know how to stop it.